Whether you know who Lil Tony is or not is honestly irrelevant for today's video, because this exact situation is way bigger than him. This is a story we've seen play out time and time again in the rap industry, especially with artists who are underground or who have not fully established a mainstream presence yet. Lil Tony went on a rant recently, essentially calling out his label for basically kind of, in his words, owe him over $1 million.
Look though, right? So my label, Capital Records, they owe me $1 million. Well, they still ain't paid me. I ain't got paid for Tiki vs. Tony, right? So this what's been pushing my album all the way back. I'm just letting y'all know what's going.
According to him, the label hasn't been fully invested financially and overall hasn't really been supporting the next set of projects he's so eager to put out. And while that might sound crazy to fans at first, once you understand how labels actually operate, this situation starts to make a lot of sense. You see, when an artist signs to a label, the label is typically the one funding whatever project the artist decides to put together. From music videos, paying producers, sample clearances, artwork, marketing, all of that gets covered through what's called a budget. Labels don't just throw money around for fun. Most of the time, they only put real budgets behind artists they believe make sense financially. Because at the end of the day, the label is looking to make their money back plus profit. So in Lil Tony's case, the label not being as invested in your art as you are usually points to one thing. From the label's perspective, the numbers didn't justify further investment. They ran the calculations and came to that conclusion. In terms of business, it means the product isn't performing at the level they need it to be.
So I was supposed to drop Mrs. Key in October, you understand? My label kept pushing me back because they still ain't paid me from the last one, right? Okay, but you know me, I mess with y'all so heavy. I'm coming to y'all and I'm like, hey bro, I'ma still drop. Even though these folks ain't even gonna pay me for the drop, you feel me? Like, I'm like, look, I'ma just take 100,000 for this album real quick and I'ma drop the whole album, you see what I'm saying? And I'ma let y'all have it. And I'ma take the loss and I'ma let y'all have the music, you see what I'm saying? I'ma let them keep the money because I ain't tripping, because I know what it was gonna do and I know that y'all wanted the music, you see what I'm saying? Right? Okay, cool. So I'm like, all right, boom, I done put the album together. I got 7 albums put together. I got my whole 2026 mapped out. I already got my whole 2026 mapped out. I got 7 albums done, everything for y'all, boy. You understand what I'm saying? And a nigga took this L for y'all.
No, Lil Tony, the label didn't necessarily rob you. If anything, there's a strong argument that the label actually took the L for you. It's one thing for an artist to feel like they're on top of the world while they're flexing and funding their lifestyle off advance money, but when it comes to real numbers and real accounting, it's a completely different ballgame. A stream barely pays anything. On most platforms, one stream isn't even worth a penny. Even a higher paying platform like Apple Music or Tidal, you're still looking at about a fraction of a cent per stream. So when a song hits 1 million streams, that does not mean $1 million. In reality, 1 million streams might only generate a few $1,000s total, and that's before anyone takes their cut. At this point in the video, I hope most of you see the direction I'm going with this. Based on Lil Tony's reported 1,379,306 Spotify monthly listeners, he's not profiting the way people think he is from streaming alone. Don't get it twisted. Having over 1 million monthly listeners is extremely impressive, but it does not guarantee any type of wealth. This is exactly why most rappers today only really care about touring. Touring is where artists have the most control over their money. In the second half of this video, Lil Tony also violates the #1 rule in business: no friends in the motherfucking industry. That rule really just means don't rely on trust or verbal promises when money is involved.
Boom. So I get my CEO done moved to a different label, you feel what I'm saying? So he done moved to Def Jam, that's who I'm rocking with. You understand what I'm saying? Cause they business, you know what I'm saying? It's there before this song, I'm a real man of business, you understand what I'm saying? So boom, my CEO go to a different label, get what I do? Okay, he go to Def Jam, he want me to slide with him. So to seeing what going on, I'm like, all right, smooth, I'ma slide with you, I'ma see what's going on. As long as this situation better than the last one, all right, cool, I'ma come mess with you, right? All right, boom. So it's been a month since the man told me to come mess with him. He talking about he gonna give me my money out his pocket. Like, if they don't pay me, he gonna give me the money out his pocket, right? So I'm like, smooth, you gonna do that? All right, cool. So I'm tapped in with him. All right, it been a month now, whoa. Mrs. Key supposed to drop last month. You see what I'm saying? Mrs. Key supposed to already drop. So they didn't give me my money from my last drop. The little 250,000 they owe me on the back end too. Yo, plus the $1 million y'all nigga owe me. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, look, right? I'm just letting y'all know, right? A nigga, I don't know if Capital Record on went broke. I don't know what nigga got going on right now, y'all, boy. But a nigga really in the hole. They in the hole deep right now. I'm just blessed enough to be able to know how to make residual income through real estate and other things, you understand, and also be able to have my royalties, my mechanical royalties, so I make good money. I make good money every month. But look, whoa, y'all overly owe me. Y'all know y'all need to pay up. They know they need to pay up, right? So I'm just letting y'all know what's going on. Mrs. Key ain't gonna drop, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm overly bucking. I don't care. Y'all know what's going on with me. I'm really one-on-one for real. I be keeping it real cool, cause I love y'all, boy.
Listen, rappers, especially those who aren't at a certain caliber yet, tend to have the most label issues. And a lot of that comes down to artists not doing their own due diligence when it comes to understanding the business side of their music. For rappers on the rise to not study the mistakes of older generation artists just shows how little labels actually need to do to finesse artists who don't understand contracts. When rappers get in advance, the smartest move is either to save it or use it strictly for small necessities like studio time. Instead, a lot of artists treat advances like free money, like the label just cut them a check because one song went viral on TikTok or something.
What were the things you did with your first bag when you signed? Because a lot of 18-year-olds would probably,
Same shit everybody do, fuck it up. I ain't gonna lie. I gave my dad $100,000, gave my grandma $30,000. Then I went and bought me a car. I cashed out. My fault.
No, you're good. I'm gonna push your mic out a little so we can see your face a little more.
I cashed out on a beat up ass, I think 2018, 19 Dodge Charger, like some stupid shit.
Not the Charger.
Some stupid shit. Then I went and bought hella clothes. I think I went shopping. Probably spent like $15,000 on clothes. I think I gave like $5,000 to my little girl, just in a little trust, in a little fun. Right. You know what I'm saying? Then I gave like $2,500 for like child support or something like that.
You know what I'm saying? Break off the baby mama a little bit.
Yeah, stuff like that. And then after that, I just kept buying guns and stupid shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
So did you blow through all of your advance pretty quickly?
Yeah. Nigga, I got signed in September. I probably blew through that shit like January.
God damn.
The label wants the money back eventually, one way or another. And this is where people get things twisted. They assume labels are deliberately trying to finesse their artists, but a lot of the time, artists don't think from the label's perspective at all. You're a company taking a chance on a high-risk artist, putting $1 million plus behind them with the hope they create the same magic that got their attention in the first place. Then the artist either can't deliver another hit or catches a charge and can't even contribute to their own career anymore. So who really takes the L in this? PSA to all young artists on the rise. Do not take the business side of this music industry less serious than you do your art. Your art is 100% your career, but this money and these contracts and these splits and your publishing and things of that nature are also 200% of your career. They matter way more when you can't sing, when you don't have the same hype and audience around your name. Lil Tony could have easily avoided this whole situation, but it seems like, to me, his music just isn't profiting enough for his label to actually benefit, so they have to stop him from dropping his other shit because he owes them. So don't make this same mistake, ladies and gentlemen. In 2025, where we have ChatGPT, you can even pay for ChatGPT Plus. There really is no excuse, even if you can't afford a lawyer.